we are going to be making some red beans and sausage. First, before we went to bed, you want to take your dried red beans, cover them with some water, and let them sit overnight. This helps to keep the beans from taking so long to cook, and supposedly it helps to make them less gassy. You also want to have a whole white onion. I use a white onion as opposed to a yellow onion. Some Jimmy Dean hot ground sausage. And because my husband likes lots of meat in his red beans and sausage, we have 2 different packs of smoked sausage. So first, we're going to cut our meat, our onion up, and brown our sausage. So now, right before I start cooking all of my meat and cutting up my onion, I will take my pot of beans and drain this water out, add some new water, and go ahead and dump it in my crock pot and go ahead and get my beans started cooking and the water heated up. So I have a crock pot that I use to cook these in. I don't cook mine on the stove top. Everybody's different, but I cook mine in a crock pot. I've changed out the water to my beans, so we're going to go ahead and add the beans and the water. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this on high and let that start heating up and cooking. So now we've got all of our meat cut up and we are browning our brown sausage. Now I don't cook my smoked sausage. I actually go ahead and just add that after I'm done cutting it up. We'll go ahead and just add that to our beans that are already heating up. Just dump all that meat in there. Go ahead and add that. And after I cut up my onions, I don't cook them, I don't brown them, I just leave them raw and I add them to go ahead and add them to my crock pot with my beans. And stir them in there. Sausage and our beans. Go ahead and stir that in there. Like I said, this is a lot, and this will cook down. I know I'm making a mess. It looks like I need more water, but I'm not actually going to add water yet. I'm going to wait and let it cook down. I will check it back in a couple of hours, and then we'll see if we need more water and go from there. Okay, so it's been a couple of hours, and we're just going to give it a quick peek. Stir it up. Beans are still good and hard. And we will check it back in a couple of hours. So it has now been 4 hours since we put these on. As you can see, the beans look like they're pretty cooked. Oops. And you'll remember at the start of this, I didn't add any more water, even though it looked like I needed to add water. But I'm thinking a lot of this is the water that's come out of the onions. So when we get to this stage and the beans are done, I will get a masher. I'll get a masher, and this is just one of those old mashed potato smashers. I don't know if everybody knows what this is, but I'll take this, take that spoon out, and mash this up so that some of my beans will make the juice thicken up. And I have a lot of beans in here too, so I'll actually keep doing this for a few minutes, and then probably in about maybe another hour. Actually, so we have a potato masher that we used, and we use this to mash up some of the beans. I personally like my juice a little thick, so when I mash up some of these beans, it will actually help to thicken up the juice. And now we'll let that cook for maybe about 30 more minutes. We'll go ahead and put some rice on and season this up. And then she should be pretty close to being done. So right before we start to serve our red beans and sausage, we're going to want to season it up with some black pepper and some salt. We actually use the pink Himalayan salt. And then stir it up. Looks delicious. Of course, for me, I always think that the next day is when everything's better. So we will go ahead and we will turn this off and pull the crock pot out so that the pot has time to cool down so that we can store it tonight in the refrigerator. And we've got some rice cooking. And then soon it will be time to eat. Lots of sausage, beans, all of it looks so delicious, and I wish you could smell it because it smells delicious. All right guys, it's the end of the day and we are finally done. I've got a bowl of red beans and rice. And we're gonna give this a taste. So good, so good.